Hey guys, I hope all is well. Welcome back to the Truth Talk podcast. I'm back here with D.
Hi everybody, I hope you guys are having a great day.
In today's episode, we're going to be talking about Jamie Foxx's comeback. Let's get right into it. For the last few months, Jamie Foxx has been in the headlines for his unknown illness that had him missing from the Hollywood spotlight. It was reported that the superstar actor was fighting for his life after reports of a strange medical complication. The world was shocked by this news, especially since he was at the time working on a Netflix film with Cameron Diaz. People were confused, to say the least, on how a healthy-looking man who was relatively young could just end up severely ill one day to the next. In my previous video, Dee and I spoke about what is believed to have happened to Jamie. That video was actually taken down, but we managed to get it back up. And in that video, we went over the possibility that this all happened because of a certain shot he was forced to get to be a part of the film he was working on. Jamie appeared to have allegedly gotten that shot and ended up paralyzed and blind. And like we spoke about in the Ice Cube video, it was the same shot that Ice Cube refused to get himself. I actually want to clear something up when it comes to the Ice Cube video, because it seems like some people misunderstood my point. I know Ice Cube took the oath, and he was used to push the agenda. I would never deny that. He was a part of a rap group that popularized gangster rap to the masses. His music alone has guided millions to a burning end. But what I was saying with this video is that Ice Cube was trying to rebel against the industry, and he is exposing them in order to do it. Ice Cube refused the shot they wanted him to take and lost $9 million because of it. And I believe this got him in trouble and blackballed. We all know they don't want people against this agenda. They desperately want everyone to get the shot Jamie Foxx got. So Ice Cube going against it caused the gatekeepers to blackball him. The gatekeepers aren't going to support anything he does while he is not in line with the agenda. I don't trust Ice Cube one bit, but I am listening to what he has to say because it's obvious what's going on. Now going back to Jamie Foxx, he got this shot that Ice Cube refused and allegedly ends up really ill. Like I said in that last video, the industry is trying to cover it all up so that it won't spark controversy. They don't want people thinking this is a side effect of getting the shot Jamie Foxx got, so they made sure to keep it all a mystery. For months now, Jamie was missing with all types of stories circulating about what really happened to him. People thought that Diddy had taken him out because he was exposing Diddy's wild industry parties. People also said he was taken by the elite and he was being cloned. As time went on and Jamie still remained missing, speculations only grew larger. A couple days back, the world finally got to see Jamie Foxx for the first time in months. All the time that had passed, Jamie was now back just in time for his new Netflix movie called Who Cloned Tyrone. Jamie would go on to post his video on social media announcing his return.
First of all, I want to say thank you to everybody that's prayed, man, and sent me messages. I cannot even begin to tell you how far it took me and how it brought me back. I went through something that I thought I would never ever go through. And I know a lot of people were waiting, or want to hear updates, but to be honest with you, I just didn't want you to see me like that, man. I want you to see me laughing, having a good time, partying, cracking a joke, doing a movie, television show. I didn't want you to see me with tubes running out of me and trying to figure out if I was gonna make it through. I cannot tell you how great it feels to have your family kick in such a way, and y'all know they kept it airtight. They didn't let nothing out. Now, by being quiet, sometimes things, get out of hand. People saying what I got. Some people said I was blind, but as you can see, the eyes are working. The eyes are working just fine. They said I was paralyzed. I'm not paralyzed, but I did go through. I went to hell and back. Some people was talking about I'm cloned. Well, check this out. Just kidding. Not cloned, man. I'm here on earth because of some great people. I'm on earth because of God, man.
As you heard for yourself, Jamie Foxx announced his return and vaguely responded to the speculations, but didn't really deny nor confirm anything. He even made a joke regarding the cloning theories. Now, to many online, and even I myself can't deny, Jamie Foxx looks strange in this video. I don't know if it's the angle of the camera or the lighting in the room, but in this video, Jamie appears off. His skin color was much lighter than usual. His face structure even appears different, as his face looks longer than usual. I also noticed that his mustache was shaved off on one side, which just stood out to me. Then the fact that he's still being secretive about what happened to him doesn't make any sense. If you are alive and announcing your comeback, why doesn't he address the obvious question every one of his fans have? The world wants to know what caused his severe medical condition and why no one could know about it. Jamie himself admitted that it was something he wasn't expecting to ever go through. It's just not adding up to me. Why does it have to be so mysterious? You can see that he made sure to say his family wasn't allowed to disclose what happened to him. He said they kept it airtight. He also said that by doing this, they kept him safe. Just think about that for a second. Why would people know what made him ill, put him in danger? Well, it's obvious why. Because Jamie allegedly got sick when he got the shot. And if he exposes this, he knows what could happen to him. So why is Jamie Foxx looking like a whole new person? Did they really clone him? Is this movie Who Cloned Tyrone supposed to be a sign of what really happened to Jamie? I don't think so, but I will say this. They seem to want people to believe Jamie was cloned. The fact that Jamie made this video looking off and even mentioning that he is not a clone, right as a movie about him being a clone is released, shows that this is the narrative they are wanting people to go with. They want this entire situation to be flooded with all types of baseless theories because it would keep the truth hidden. They'd rather have people believe that all of this happened to Jamie because he got cloned, instead of people knowing the truth because of the damage it would do to the agenda. I know some of you guys are going to comment that Jamie is a clone, but realistically, there isn't really any solid evidence of that. It appears that they just want to keep this information hidden because they know it affects so many people. This can make so many people lose trust in the government. In my opinion, from everything I see with this situation, what they seem to be protecting the most is the cause of Jamie's illness. They admitted that Jamie was sick and that's why he was missing, but they refused to admit what made him sick and what put him in that coma. I am positive they're gonna wait it out until the world forgets and then move on. Just think about it. So many other celebrities have gotten sick, and at a certain point, they all disclose why they're sick and what made them sick. We rarely see what's going on with this Jamie situation where it clearly appears that they're trying to keep this illness a secret. And then when you think about the whole Ice Cube situation, Ice Cube said that he refused to get this shot, and he wasn't even trying to expose that he did this because he knew the damage it would cause. He knew that if he went out and said, I refuse a shot so they kicked me off the movie and now they don't want me to do anything in Hollywood, he knew that that narrative would go against Hollywood and the agenda and it would cause big problems for him. So he kept it to himself. It wasn't until the industry turned on him and the industry got mad because he didn't want to get the shot, he didn't want to fall in line, that Ice Cube started to call out the industry. What they're doing right now is blackballing him, and they're trying their best to make him look crazy. That's why he was on The Breakfast Club being asked all types of questions that would paint the narrative in the way they want it to be painted. It's obvious what's being protected here is the cause of his illness, what made him sick. They don't want the masses knowing this, and this is why we're having so many stories being spun, you know?
Yeah, it definitely looks like they're trying to keep his illness a secret. And if that's the case, I think we all already know why, because it would kind of create mass panic. But he was also gone for a really long time. And even though people were saying he was sick, some people were actually saying that they were seeing sightings of him. Someone was even able to capture a video of him sitting on a yacht. And his daughter was making statements that her dad was okay. Could that have been to protect his safety? Now he's over here making this video, saying that he's finally back, giving nobody an explanation on what was wrong with him. And of course, people are concerned, especially because in this video, while he's saying to everybody that he's back, he doesn't look well. It is very clear to us that he looks sick. You know, he looks very pale and his face is very skinny. He doesn't look like the Jamie that we're normally used to seeing. And if you ask me, I don't think it's a coincidence at all that any of this is happening, especially with the new movie that he just had released.
Yeah, honestly, I think this entire video is most likely a distraction and is most likely just to play off the movie because, like I said, they're still trying to protect what caused his sickness. They're trying to keep that from being released. And if they can make as many theories as possible and as many conspiracy theories as people could believe, then you have 1,000 narratives being spun, 1,000 stories being told, and no one knows which one to believe. But one thing is that we know they don't want people to know what made him sick. And that's apparent when you start to realize that even in this video, his comeback video, he's not addressing what made him sick. He's not letting anybody know what was the cause of this. And that's alarming. That lets you know that there's something he's hiding. Now, maybe he just came back and made this announcement now because he's contractually obligated to, maybe with this new movie that he did with Netflix. But the thing is, we know exactly how Hollywood works. They push a certain agenda, and what happened to Jamie, it's obvious that goes against that agenda. And even in this video here where he doesn't appear like himself, he obviously appears very sick. And in my opinion, when I look at this video, it's hard to disagree that he does look like a whole different person. It's hard to disagree that it can possibly be a clone. But we can also explain this off by saying if he really was sick for the last 3-4 months and was in a hospital room, not getting any sun, not eating properly, or not getting any nutrition, it'll make sense why Jamie Foxx looks the way he looks here. But then it also goes against every other point that his daughter was making and his team was making. It all points to the fact that they're hiding what made him sick. And I'm confident it was the shot that got him sick. That's why I believe his PR team came out and answered that. I think it was his lawyer or maybe his PR team, one of the two. They came out and said that these rumors were false and that it had nothing to do with that. But that's the thing. Jamie hasn't come out and mentioned it, and I don't think he is, because even him mentioning this is going to draw attention to the situation. It's going to make more people question what really happened to him, you know?
Yes, I definitely 100% agree with you. I don't think that Jamie Foxx was cloned, but the way he looks, you can obviously see that he has been sick and he probably is still sick. And like we all know, they're not giving us no explanation on what his sickness was. And I think that is the biggest red flag.
And also, if we think about it, what reason would they have had to clone Jamie Foxx? What did Jamie Foxx do? It wasn't like Jamie Foxx was exposing anything. It wasn't like Jamie Foxx was threatening to bring down the system. It wasn't like Jamie Foxx was acting out in any single way. You know, when they mentioned Kanye West being cloned, I don't believe it. I don't think Kanye West is a clone. But it's more believable for someone like Kanye West to be, taken out and then cloned so that they can be able to control Kanye West. Because Kanye West is very vocal, has a lot of influence, and they need to be able to control the things he says. But when it comes to Jamie Foxx, for the most part, is out of the way. He minds his own business. He makes the movies. He puts them out. And occasionally people might get a song or two, but that's pretty much it. There isn't many times that we see Jamie Foxx coming out and exposing anything. People were reaching when they were claiming that Jamie Foxx was exposing Diddy, but that's not at all what I was saying. I watched every single video where people were claiming Jamie Foxx was exposing Diddy. And Jamie Foxx was literally just talking about partying with Diddy in a positive way. He wasn't saying nothing negative. So that's obviously not true. Jamie Foxx is a part of the industry. He's a part of the system. He sold out just like the rest of them. He was trying to do this movie. They told him that he had to get this shot in order to make this movie. He wanted the money this movie was going to provide him. So he did it. And now he's paying the consequences for his actions. It's as simple as that. And the reason this got so big is simple. If people know why he got sick, that'll be a huge problem for the system. So they made sure to keep it a mystery. And they're fueling all these other theories that everyone else is coming up with because they know it's going to make it harder for people to find the truth. Now, like I said, if Jamie was a threat, if Jamie was doing something against the industry, then I believe something like this could possibly happen. I'm not sure about cloning, but maybe MK Ultra, maybe something else like that. But I don't think that this is what's going on. I honestly, genuinely believe he got this shot. He had bad side effects to it, like so many other people have had. And since this is happening to a popular person, a celebrity with tons of influence and millions of fans, they don't want it coming out of his mouth that something like this happened to him because he got that shot.
Exactly. And can you imagine if that's truly the source to his sickness? He is an A-list celebrity and he was missing getting all the treatment and help that he needed. Only God knows how much attention and money went into the care of treating him for whatever was wrong with him. Now imagine if that just happened to a normal person and if everybody found out. First of all, a lot of people are not going to have the same treatment that he has. So they're probably not going to have the same chances he has. And since it was such a global thing, there would probably be so many people trying to sue on top of the mass panic that everybody's going to be having.
You know what I learned the most from this entire situation is that the celebrities are just as disposable as the people to the elite. The elite want the celebrities to get the shot because they know that they're the influencers. They're the ones that have influence over the masses. So if the masses see them getting it, then it'll inspire them to do the same. It would influence them to do the same. And this is exactly why they don't want no celebrities talking against it or denouncing it or saying that they're not going to get it, because they don't want them to influence people to not to get it. Same thing we saw with Ice Cube. They cut Ice Cube off because they didn't even want to give Ice Cube the chance. You refused to get it? You were willing to lose $9 million? Well, you're not going to be the perfect little puppet. We're cutting you off. We don't want nothing to do with you, and you're not going to get any industry support. And that's what Ice Cube is going through. Now, like I said, I wasn't at all saying that Ice Cube is against the agenda or the system, but right now he's not given much of a choice. They pushed him out because he didn't fall in line. And that's what we have to look at when it comes to Jamie. Jamie did what he was told. He ended up paying the consequences, but that's the price when you want to be in the industry and when you want to be a star. It appears that Jamie fell victim to the Hollywood agenda. They forced him to do something that almost took him out. The industry is pushing an agenda, and if you go against that agenda, they'll remove you. Jamie knew this, so he chose to play along with the agenda, and it almost costed him everything. We have to make sure we question everything, especially when it comes to those that have influence over the masses. Like I always say, We must remember that every day we wake up, our souls are at stake. And we also must remember to help those who can't see the truth find the truth. Well, that's it for this video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Goodbye, everybody. I hope you guys have a great day.